Good morning everyone, and welcome to Garden to Kitchen. Today it's about green peppers. I have 4 beautiful green peppers called Sowed variety growing in this bed, and I expect to grow about 15 peppers from each plant. That means a total of 60 peppers that I'm going to get from this planting that you see in front of me. 1, 2, 3, 4. And of course I've used some unique planting techniques with planting some fish heads. Yes, fish heads with high phosphorus, and I'm going to show you how I did it so you can do it as well. So let's get started. Now, I purchased these seeds online from Stokes in St. Catharines, and I grew them in my basement. 15 hours of light, and I started them on April the 1st in my basement greenhouse. Once they were big enough, I moved them into a larger pot so they continued to grow in the basement until I moved them outside and hardened them off. This is really important that you bring them outside and expose them to the elements, to the sun, the wind, and while they're still young and in those containers before you put them in the ground so they can get off to a good start. Make sure that you don't put them out too early because they are very sensitive to frost and they will get stunted. And if the plant gets stunted, that means it's going to take another week or 2 to get going again, and you'll be delayed in the season. So that's crucial. Now this year I added about 2 inches of mushroom compost in the garden here. Mushroom compost is about a pH of 6.6, which is perfect for the garden. Has lots of phosphorus, potassium, calcium, magnesium, and iron. And I prepared the bed with this GARANT tiller. It's a really nice tiller, and all you do is push it into the ground and turn it, and it rotates the soil and gets it nice and soft and loamy so you can plant. So the premise behind this is not to disturb the soil at the bottom of the 6 to 8 inches, and that's where the soil is really rich and full of nutrients and some earthworms as well too. So and of course you see the farmers doing that. They disc their fields instead of plowing them quite often. Now, after working the soil with the GARANT tiller, I use some tilapia. I bought some tilapia fish that was frozen. I bought it in the winter time when it was on sale, and I put it in my freezer. And I took it out in the summer when I was planting these, and I put them on a cutting board and I cut them in half so I could distribute them amongst these plants. Now, the tilapia has a high phosphorus, and that's really crucial for these particular plants. So hopefully they're going to do exceptionally well. I have a trial here. You can see I have 4 plants, 1, 2, 3, 4, and plant number 2 and plant number 4, as you can see by the sticks, they are sailfish. Okay, sailfish, meaning they have the tilapia heads and the other ones don't. Now, I've done some experimenting, and I found that the first fish, plant number 2, actually produced the first red pepper. So let's go over and get that right now so I can show you. So in addition to the fish heads, I put in some organic materials like calcium, which comes from eggshells. I put in eggshells. I put in some fish meal as well too. And I put in some bone meal, 1/3 cup of bone meal. And I'll put that recipe on the page here so you can look at it as well too. And what I did is I proportioned it to the 4 plants, and then I mixed it all in one jug so I wouldn't have to handle each one when I'm out in the gardens. So it took about 1/2 cup per ingredients of the organic materials for each plant. It was easy to put in. Then I watered in the hole and I planted the green pepper and ensured that it was going to be secure with some cages. Cages are really important because they will blow over in the wind. The stalk on it is quite skinny or thin at the early stages, and it will tip over, so it's important to support them until they get big enough, until the stalk gets really, really thick. And if you do this, you're going to have green peppers, all kinds of green peppers. So this is something you can do. Oh, by the way, don't forget, I have 5 takeaways at the end of this video that you can look at as well too. So thanks for watching. Hope you watch again, and we'll see you next time in the garden. Bye-bye.